This is 3 News Daily.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 3 News Daily on your Wednesday, January 10th. I'm Stephanie Haney. Thank you for being with us here in Northeast Ohio. We start today with an update as 3 News has been digging to find more details in the disturbing case out of Parma Heights, where we're learning more about the in-home daycare where police say a toddler was sexually assaulted. 20-year-old Connor Matthew Walker is being held on a $500,000 bond. He's charged with raping a 2-year-old girl. Walker was temporarily staying at the home daycare and was arrested Friday. 3 News has learned that Cuyahoga County is asking that the license of the daycare operator be suspended. She was cited for 9 violations in 2023, including failing to complete child abuse training and failing to provide a background check. Now in Solon, 2 wrestling coaches at the middle school have resigned after alleged assault. Rob Farley was arrested last week after what school officials describe as an altercation with a student. The student says Farley called him a derogatory name and pushed his head against the wall. Farley has pleaded not guilty to 1 charge of assault. An assistant coach has also resigned. Now in Cleveland, fallen police officer Victor Claudio has been laid to rest. Family and friends gathered for his funeral yesterday. Claudio died while on duty New Year's Day as a result of coronary artery disease. He served with the department for 23 years. Now look at this. We've got new video to show you today of a distracted driver hitting a plow on I-90 near West 117th Street. You can see right there the car collided with the parked plow on the side of the road. And another plow was hit just yesterday morning. ODOT posted on X with this image saying a driver attempted to pass a snowplow and hit it. Now, as we just said here, this is already the 2nd time a plow has been hit in 2024. ODOT told 3 News that last year there were 26 accidents involving snowplows. Now take a look at this video. This is in Springfield Township. It's an emergency rescue after a tree was knocked down by some of that wild wind we've been experiencing. This is on Fenn Road. The tree fell on a trailer where a man was sleeping. Police and firefighters were able to get him out and take him to the hospital, and thankfully we can tell you that he is expected to be okay. Now today, Ohio House officials say they could vote to override Governor Mike DeWine's veto of House Bill 68. That's the bill that seeks to ban gender-affirming care for minors and stop trans athletes from playing in girls' and women's sports. Governor DeWine vetoed this legislation 2 weeks ago. Now, Ohio House Speaker Jason Stephens is saying he knows they have enough votes to override the veto based on how the legislature initially voted.
I think you would have a lot of people who support the bill, the override, who are honestly, this is where we believe is what's best to help protect kids.
Now, if the House does override the veto, the Senate has indicated they would follow suit and they would vote shortly after that. We're obviously keeping an eye on this situation. We'll update you starting on 3 News at 4. And this morning, a federal judge issued an order temporarily blocking Ohio's new social media law related to minors from going into effect. This is after a lawsuit was filed by Net Choice. That's a trade group that represents social media and tech companies. They argue that the law is unconstitutional, prohibits free speech, and is broad and vague.
There's stages in any lawsuit, so the judge is going to have to decide if there's sufficient basis and strength of the lawsuit to say, yes, we need to pause the law while we look at this.
Now, the law would require social media companies to verify the age of users, require parental consent for any accounts that belong to people under 16, and then share proof of that consent with the state. So the pause is in effect for now, and a preliminary injunction hearing will be held early next month. And of course, we'll keep you updated as the lawsuit moves forward. All right, now to a Browns update. We are just 3 days away from the Browns taking on the Texans in the playoffs, and it's looking like kicker Dustin Hopkins is going to miss Saturday's game. Head coach Kevin Stefanski said yesterday it's unlikely Hopkins will play in the wild card matchup, which is a tough blow for the Browns. He has been one of the best kickers in the league this season. But the Browns are still back at practice, and they're getting ready for it regardless. Inside in Berea, actually. Remember, this game on Saturday in Houston will be indoors. And a playoff game is not an issue for Joe Flacco. The 38-year-old quarterback has won a Super Bowl. He's 5-0 in the wild card round and is tied with Tom Brady for the most playoff road wins ever with 7 in the postseason. I think what a great year for him to beat that record. Don't y'all agree? When asked what the key to winning playoff games on the road is, Flacco says it's sticking to the basics and not overthinking things. Love that mentality. All right, that takes us to our question of the day. Today, we're showing you places to get vintage Browns gear at great prices. Our Mike Polk Jr. will be doing that. So we want you to show us your favorite game day looks that you've put together. So post a picture on the WKYC Facebook page, and we just might feature it during 3 News at 5. Let's see that Browns gear as we get ready for this playoff weekend, which you can watch right here on WKYC with kickoff at 4:30. Don't forget. All right, everybody, have a great Wednesday. Enjoy this day. Stay warm out there. We'll see you back here tomorrow with more top stories from Northeast Ohio.